Hi, I'm Larry from CWC. Today I'm going to explain to you how to calibrate the ORP on a DIGICHEM Plus controller using a millivolt simulator which outputs a known millivolt. So the first step is to disconnect the ORP sensor from the controller, which is the BNC connector here, and then plug in the cable from the simulator into the ORP input. However, before doing this, one needs to set the simulator to millivolt output, which I've pre-set. Okay, first step is to set the simulator to output 0 millivolts. As you can see on the simulator, it's reading 0, 0, 0. We then go into the menu of the controller and we go down to calibration, press enter. We go to ORP calibration, press enter. We go to 0 calibration, press enter. We wait for the reading to settle down and then we press enter. However, you can press enter, it will calibrate the value to 0. If it keeps on displaying a number, you can continually press the enter button until you're satisfied that the reading stays at 0. Step 2 is to change the setting on the simulator. In other words, we change it to that it outputs a value typically about 400, which is a typical reading that you find in cooling tower applications. So you can see the simulator is now outputting 400 millivolts. We then go back into the calibration menu and we select ORP again. We now go to slope, so we press enter on slope, and now we wait for the value to rise up to 400 or thereabouts. When the value settles down, we then press enter, which will then enable us to change the value to 400, which is the value that we're calibrating it to. We press enter and we change the 359 to 400 and we press enter. And as you can see, the reading's now climbing up to 400. Once we're satisfied with that reading, we press the back button, and that means that the unit is now calibrated. It is also possible to use a ORP buffer solution and have the ORP probe in that solution when we're calibrating the slope, but it's very important that you don't do a 0 calibration unless you have a simulator in order to do it. Another important caution is that the ORP sensor must be out of the manifold in a buffer solution in order to calibrate it. You cannot calibrate the controller having the ORP probe in the manifold with all the other sensors.